Yo, dudes and dudettes, is it time to stop procrastinating and time to start making some positive changes? Hello again, everybody. I'm Eli's dad with Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. Today we're going to talk about let's stop procrastinating and start making some changes in our lives for the better. You know, I listen to a number of different pundits, and I'm going to quote some of them for you right now. This is Les Brown. He's actually one of my favorites. And I heard him say yesterday, history is being read, but it's also being written by people with imagination. It's necessary that you take responsibility for that. You make it happen. That you don't give up. That you don't take any objection or disappointment or defeat personally. That you keep on keeping on. That you decide that I can't make it because you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. That you realize that's a part of the program. You must have faith. You must believe in yourself. You must believe in your abilities. You've got to believe in your service, in your company, your ideas, unquestioningly. You've got to have faith, and that faith gives you patience. Another one, Eric Thomas, not necessarily one of my favorites. There are 86,400 seconds in a day, and if you maximize each and every one of them, you'll live like you want to live. You'll have what you want to have, and you'll be what you want to be. Jim Rohn, who happens to be one of my favorites. You can have more than what you've got because you can become more than you are. If you just remain how you are, you'll always have what you got. But if you're willing to make changes, the next 5 years of your life can be totally different than the last 5. If you don't change, chances are that the next 5 will be just like the last 5. For things to change, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to get better. And one of Jim Rohn's students, who I also greatly admire, Tony Robbins. You have to change your life. You've got to say, my body's not there, I'm going to go work out. My relationship isn't there, I'm going to change it. I'm not making what I want to make. I'm going to retool. I'm going to get a new skill. I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to start a new business. I'm going to do something. You have to do something to change your life, or in order for you to be happy, if you can't change your life, you're going to have to change your blueprint. Usually in life, it requires a little bit of each. If you can change your life and you can change your blueprint, you'll have an extraordinary life. If we change, we can change our life and match our blueprint. Those are the quotes. It all kind of sounds kind of the same. But here's the thing that I noticed about it. They don't give you the how. All right, I admire some of these people, but they don't give you the how. How about if we give you the how? How about if I tell you that you're already doing it, but you're not incorporating it? Let me give you some examples. First of all, let's go over kind of the blueprint. The blueprint is very simple. You want to have a long-term vision and a short-term focus and flexibility by constantly reviewing and adjusting the tactics you have to develop a system. All right, let's keep that in mind. Now let's go over some of the things I told you you're already doing it. You are already doing it. Let's talk about driving to work. You get up, you get into your car, you have the long-term vision. You're going to work. However, you have a short-term focus. You come to a stop sign, you got to stop. You come to a red light, you got to stop. If there's construction on the road, if there's a detour, you got to take a detour. So you're adjusting, but you still maintain that long-term vision of going from your home to work. How about changing a diaper? And Eli, this is one that really hits home with me. When you were little, you know, your mom said, okay, Eli's dad, time to change the diaper. All right. So I went, I learned, it was like, well, not the first diaper was okay. It was the second diaper, Eli, that created the issue. I went, I brought you into the changing table, put you in, unhooked. There was the mess, cleaned it up, put you up, hooked you up again. And then you decided to inadvertently spray me. All right? Well, that wasn't what I was expecting, nor was it what I was hoping for. So what did I do? Well, I had the long-term vision of, I got to clean up this baby, I got to change this baby, I got to get him back out there, I got to make him stop crying, and I got to get him happy again. All right? But I ran into sort of, let's say, a rain shower, okay, and had to make an adjustment, okay. So once again, you know, you get the long-term vision, the short-term focus, and the flexibility to adjust. How about when you meet that special, and since I'm a guy, I'm going to talk about girls, I'm going to talk about women. You meet that special girl, all right? You have the long-term vision. Boy, do I want to be with her. That's my long-term vision, all right? So what do? You start off, okay, you have a short-term focus. Okay, how can I ask her out on a date? Boy, how am I going to be able to, you know, to get some time with her? All right, then what is she going to like? What are we going to talk about? All right, where am I going to take her? Boy, I wonder what kind of food she likes. All right, then you listen to what she has to say and say, boy, I wonder how I can make her like me more. All right, then you find she likes you, then you say, boy, I wonder how I get her parents to like me. That was never a challenge for me. The parents always liked me. However, the point is, you get the idea. You have that long-term vision, but you have short-term goals to help you reach it. Buying a house is the same thing. You see yourself in the dream house, but you go to different houses. You make tactical changes. No, that's not the one she wants. Mommy's not happy. Nobody's happy. When you're buying a house, guess whose house you're going to buy? All right? Anyway, you go and you look. All right, then you have to do the financing. Then you have to do then you have to arrange the paperwork. It's just long-term vision, short-term focus. It's step by step by step by step. The same as raising a child. The same as winning a Super Bowl. All right, you start off the season. Everybody's the same. No wins, no losses. Everybody has the same. But you set on the basics. You go step by step. You step. Bill Belichick has a great system. He works the system. He makes adjustments. People get hurt. He makes adjustments. That's how you do anything. So you've already done it. You've already done it. Now, here's the point that I want to make to you. People get into their comfort zones, and they don't want to get out of them. Okay, remember we started talking about, let's stop procrastinating, and let's start making some changes. Right? Well, those are things that you're used to doing. So when you're used to doing it, those changes have now become part of your comfort zone. But you recognize that there are going to be other changes that you want to make that you must get out of your comfort zone to do. So how do you do that? Well, you've got anything that you do, all right? You've heard me preach about this. If you want to be a good thinker, think, practice. In the morning when you wake up, take 10 or 15 minutes, quiet time, and think. You'll become a better thinker. You'll think better thoughts. You'll plan more things. You'll be more creative. All right? So if you want to do something, you're going to practice it. You want to be a good foul shooter, practice shooting foul shots. You want to be a good singer, practice singing. Here's the point. If you want to get out of the mode known as procrastination and start making some changes, practice making changes. Now, I made a video that I call Making Change for $1. Go back and listen to this video and own this video. I go over different little changes that you can make. So you start making changes and two things happen. Number one, you will see that when you make a little change, that the circumstances around you change. What most people do is they want to wait for the wind to blow in a different direction. They want the circumstances around them to change first, and then they say, oh, when that happens, okay, oh, it's a bad economy. When it's a good economy, then I'll start my bit. That's not the right thinking. The right thinking is you've got to change what's inside first before the outside changes. So the first step you have to make is make some little changes and see the positive effects that you get from making those little changes. And the second thing is I go over with you step by step little things that you can do, and you'll get used to making changes. You'll become comfortable with making changes. You'll say, well, I did that, I did that, I did that. And then when it comes time for you to make some kind of a change of a significant change, a change of substance, a change that's going to affect, your when you look in the mirror, what you're going to see, once again, it's practice. So it's just like anything else. Practice making little changes. Get used to it. Make that part of your comfort zone. And then when you're comfortable making changes, you'll be able to expand them more and more and more. It's like working out. It's like running. Well, the first time you run for a marathon, you don't run 26 miles, 385 yards, because your body's not going to be able to take that. So you run a certain distance, and then you get used to that distance, and you increase it, and then you increase it, and then you increase it some more. That's exactly what you do as far as making changes is concerned. Now, I've included in the description box below the link to that particular video, and I strongly suggest that you watch it and own it and do the little changes that you see there, and you will see positive things happen, and that will encourage you. That'll get into your mind, it will inspire you, and you will start to make even more significant changes, and you'll end procrastination and move where you want to move to. All right, now let's go over a couple of let's go over 2 thoughts for the day. The first one is from, of course, one of my favorites, Albert Einstein, and he tells us the world as we have created it is a process of our thinking. It cannot be changed without changing our thinking. And the second one is from a gentleman named Jay Asher, and he wrote the book 13 Reasons Why. You can't stop the future. You can't rewind the past. The only way to learn the secret is to press play. So folks, we will never end a meeting on a philosophical note. Let's stop procrastinating, let's make some changes, and let's get out there and charge! I'm Eli's dad.